It is 3 a.m. You're lying in bed. The room is dark. The house is quiet. Everyone else is asleep. And then it happens, without warning, without invitation. A memory surfaces, not a recent one, not something that happened last week, something from 7 years ago, a thing you said at a party that landed wrong, a presentation where your voice cracked, a moment in a classroom where everyone turned to look at you and you wish the floor would open beneath you. It arrives in full detail. The faces, the silence, the exact words you used, the exact way it felt. And your body responds as if it is happening right now. Your stomach tightens. Your chest contracts. A wave of heat moves through you even though the room is cold. Most people assume this is just their brain misfiring, a random glitch, something that happens to everyone and means nothing. Science says something very different. In 2017, a team of neuroscientists at Aarhus University in Denmark published research into what they called social pain reactivation. They discovered that embarrassing memories do not behave like ordinary memories. Ordinary memories fade. They lose detail. They become less vivid over time. Embarrassing memories do the opposite. They sharpen. They become more detailed with each retrieval, more vivid, more physically real, and they have a preferred time to surface. That time is the middle of the night. Here is why. During the day, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical, controlling part of your brain, is running at full capacity. It filters. It suppresses. It manages. When an embarrassing memory tries to surface during the day, your prefrontal cortex pushes it back down. It says, not now. This is not useful. We have things to do. And it works. Most of the time, you do not notice. But at 3 a.m., something changes. Your prefrontal cortex is at its lowest point of activity. The filter is off. The suppression system is asleep. And the memories that were being held back all day long find the door open. They come through. All of them. At once. In high definition. But that is only the first part of the explanation. Because here is what the neuroscience reveals that most people never hear. Your brain does not replay these moments randomly. It replays them deliberately. During sleep, your brain enters a process called memory consolidation. It takes the experiences of the day and processes them, files them, decides which ones matter. And the way it decides what matters is through emotion. High emotion equals high importance. Embarrassment registers in the brain almost identically to physical threat. The same stress hormones, the same activation of the amygdala, the same flood of cortisol and adrenaline. So when your brain is filing memories during sleep, it looks at that embarrassing moment from 7 years ago and sees a flashing signal. High threat, high importance. Keep, reinforce, store permanently. And so it replays it, not to torture you, to protect you. In 2019, researchers at the University of California studying social cognition published something that reframed the entire conversation around embarrassing memories. They found that the brain treats social rejection and embarrassment as existential threats, not metaphorically, biologically. For most of human evolutionary history, being cast out from the group meant death. No shelter, no food, no protection from predators. Embarrassment is the brain's early warning system for social rejection. When you do something that causes a group to look at you differently, that causes laughter or silence or visible discomfort, your brain files it as a near miss with social death. And near misses get replayed over and over. So you learn. So it never happens again. The 3 a.m. replay is not a malfunction. It is your brain running survival drills on your worst social moments. Now, here is where it gets stranger. The researchers also found something about who gets hit hardest by this phenomenon. It was not the people who had experienced the most embarrassing moments. It was the people who cared most about how others perceive them. The higher your sensitivity to social judgment, the more your brain treats embarrassing moments as genuine threats. The more frequently and intensely those memories surface at night. And here is the cruelest part of that finding. The people who care most about being seen positively by others are often the most thoughtful, the most considerate, the most aware of how their words and actions affect those around them. The 3 a.m. replay hits hardest to people who deserve it least. There is a second mechanism running alongside this one. Researchers studying REM sleep and emotional memory found in 2021 that during the night, the brain does not just replay embarrassing memories, it amplifies them. The emotional intensity of the memory increases with each replay. What felt like a 6 out of 10 in terms of embarrassment when it happened can feel like a 9 out of 10 by the time your brain has finished processing it overnight. This is why the memory feels worse at 3 a.m. than it did when it actually happened. Your brain has been working on it, sharpening it, making it more vivid, more threatening, more real. But here is what the research also shows. And this is the part that changes how you think about those 3 a.m. moments. The replay has a purpose. And when you understand the purpose, it loses some of its power. Your brain is not punishing you. It is rehearsing you. Every time it replays that moment, it is asking the same question. What would you do differently? Not consciously, not in words, but in the quiet biological language of survival. The replay is a training session. Run it again. Notice what went wrong. Build a better response for next time. The problem is the training session never ends because your brain never gets an answer. You just lie there, cringing, wishing it would stop, and so it runs the drill again. Researchers studying intrusive memory found one consistent finding about what actually stops the loop. Not distraction, not telling yourself it does not matter, not time. What stops the loop is resolution. When you consciously engage with a memory, when you actually ask yourself what you would do differently and give your brain a real answer, the replay frequency drops significantly. Your brain got what it was looking for. The training session is complete. It can file the memory and move on. It is 3 a.m. The room is dark. The memory is there. Your stomach is tight. Now you know what is happening. Your brain is not broken. It is not cruel. It is not trying to humiliate you in the quietest hours of the night. It is running a drill. It is asking a question. What would you do differently? Answer it, not out loud, not perfectly, just honestly. Give your brain the resolution it has been waiting for. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, that is enough to let the night go quiet again.